Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. So today I bring you a full face of drugstore versus high-end makeup. Literally, we have so much makeup to compare to. This is going to be dupes, all that good stuff. Okay, I haven't done a video like this in a while and I definitely wanted to try it out with you guys. So let me know in the comment section down below what other dupes I should try, because I feel like some of these were new, but a lot of them were like older dupes that you probably are already aware of. There's just so much new makeup constantly coming out, but definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Other than that, grab your cafecito. I already drank mine. I had mine back here. I already drank it, so enjoy your cafecito and let's jump right into today's video. Okay, you guys, we're gonna jump right into today's tutorial because I got somewhere to be today and I want my makeup to look good, which I am pretty positive it's going to, even though we're doing half and half. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, so for primers, first I want to put these two next to each other. Okay, so let's do the right side, let's do high end, and then on the left side we're going to do drugstore. So for our pricey primer, we have the One Size Secure the Glow Tacky Hydrating Primer. Okay, so this claims to grip your makeup, make it last a lot longer, but in a hydrating form. This is also known as the BOBA primer, which is really pretty. It's just fun to look at really and to apply. So I usually just do maybe about 2 pumps, but I'm only gonna do 1 pump since I'm only doing half of my face. Now typically I don't go for hydrating primers as an oily skin girl. Like we stay away from the hydrating products. So that is what the primer looks like once it's on the face. Now for my affordable primer, the SheGlam Good Grip Hydrating Primer also claims to do the same. So it claims to grip your makeup, make it last a lot longer while hydrating the skin, which as you can see, I definitely love this primer. It's one of my favorites. And as you can see, I am avoiding like my T-zone area because mama gets oily. I'm gonna let these dry. I do have to say that the SheGlam gets a lot tackier. We're gonna do a little sticky test so we can see which one has more of a gripping power. Let's do this little box. It should be lightweight enough. Okay, so this is the One Size. Okay, that fell off. Now this is the SheGlam. Oh my gosh, that actually worked. She's surprised. So for foundation, this one is actually a new discovery for me. We will have to try it out together and see if it actually works. I saw on the internet, because I was doing some research, that the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation is supposed to be a dupe for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Okay, this is one of my favorite foundations during the winter because it is so lightweight. It doesn't feel like you have anything on your skin, but it doesn't make me like overly dewy. It's just like the perfect foundation for the winter times. So we're gonna put these to the test. I'm gonna do 1 full pump using my Armani foundation. I am in the shade 6.5. I also have, I think, 7.75 or something like that, and that one matches me when I'm like really tan, but right now that's my tan is gone. This is like a pretty good match to me. I'm going to use a sponge. Both foundations offer medium buildable coverage with a luminous finish, and yeah, I mean the price range is pretty crazy. As you can see, it's very light on the skin. It's not going to be super heavy, which is why I really like it. So on the left side, I'm going to take my e.l.f. foundation, and this one is in the shade 32 Medium Neutral. And I actually really like this foundation. The only thing is that I feel like it does make me a little bit greasy or oily at the end of the day, so I always have to make sure that I really mattify my skin. I usually use this with a brush just because I do prefer a more full coverage finish, but Oh my gosh, I forgot to switch sponges. Okay. I hope that didn't make a difference. I mean, I don't see the difference on my skin between the foundations. Right side, Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and then on the left side, the Soft Glam Foundation. This is about almost $70, and this is what, maybe 12 bucks? Something like that. Definitely way under $15. They both have a very pretty luminous finish. I feel like the e.l.f. one has a little bit more of a dewy glow to it, but they're both so light on the skin, very breathable, airy foundations. So I don't know, y'all. If you run out of your Armani foundation or if you've been eyeing it, like just save your money and go for this one. For my concealer, you guys, I think this one's going to be a good one, and I'm sure I'm not the first one to like discover this, but when I was doing my research, I wanted to see what was a good concealer compared to the Tower 28 because it's one of like my holy grails. So I looked up serum concealer and the next one came up. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so true. So we're going to compare the Tower 28 serum concealer and MDR9, I believe, to the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I mean, honestly, like even the packaging is very, very similar. They both have buildable medium coverage. They also have a hydrating factor to them, and then they have that serum-like finish to them. So we're gonna go ahead and take that on this side. This is the Tower 28, and you guys know that I do go pretty heavy-handed with my concealers. And I am gonna let them dry just because I like them to be a little extra coverage. And then for my NYX, I'm gonna do, I think, one full pump. This one is in the shade, I think like medium beige or something like that. I'm going to clean off my beauty blender and use the other side to blend the Tower 28 concealer. Here's what I gathered while I was blending out to the concealer. The NYX side I feel like has a little bit more of a glowy finish, and it's not as full coverage as the Tower 28. Even though this one isn't full coverage, I feel like this just gives me more coverage. Also, this one dried down a lot quicker than the NYX. This one stayed very hydrating, which they both feel very extremely hydrating and serum-like underneath the eyes, which is probably my favorite part. So if you suffer from like dryness or patchiness underneath your eyes, or if you have more mature skin, I think these concealers are going to be a great addition to your makeup collection. Overall, I really like them both, but if I had to choose one, for me, I would go with the Tower 28. I just like the finish of this better. I like the coverage of it better, and I like how, like, just the formula, I guess, in general. So they're both great concealers, so do not get me wrong. I think this one is perfect if you have like maybe not as much dark circles, maybe for like a younger audience. My daughter uses this concealer and she loves it, but for me it's the Tower 28. For my bronzer on the high-end side, I try to do the LYS cream bronzer, which is probably my favorite at the moment. This was hard because there's not a lot of like bronzers like this that are not high end. So the one that I have been using, and this isn't specifically a bronzing stick, but it pretty much works the same, are the brand new She Glam. What are these? The contour wands. So these are specifically made to contour your nose. So you get on one side the contour, and then on the other side you get a highlighter. These I think are maybe like $5 or something like that. But this is so similar in formula to this that I feel like this can be an amazing dupe. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and take that to the areas where I normally would contour. Use my Mario brush to blend out the high-end side. So as you guys have seen multiple times, this literally blends so effortlessly. I know the new Too Faced little bronzing sticks are also really good, but I mean, those are high-end, so I didn't want to include them in today's video, but look at that. This is why I love this bronzer. Not only the color, but I love how effortlessly that blends out. I'm going to use my sponge because I think I applied a little too much. Then on this side, I'm going to use another brush. Look at that. blends so effortless. I mean, the colors are a little bit different because technically this is supposed to be like a contouring shade, so it has a little bit more of that like cool tone finish, but look at that. And that has been sitting there for at least 1 minute and it's still blending out so effortlessly. And again, besides the color difference, which you can't really tell on camera, at least I don't think you can, they just blend out super nicely. They're both amazing products. Another good product that you can use if you've been wanting this and maybe it's been sold out are the Essence Baby Got Bronzing little sticks. These are also really good. I just feel like the Chic Glam is a lot more creamier in formula compared to the LYS. So I can't give this one to Chic Glam because I just love my LYS bronzer so much, but just wanted to dupe these or show you a close dupe to this one. For my blush, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this one, but on the right side, I am taking Joy from Rare Beauty. This is probably one of my favorite orange blushes. And then on the left side, the Gorge Orange from e.l.f. Now this one, like when you apply it, it seems like it's a lot more orange than this one. This one has more of a coral undertone, but I swear once you blend them out, you will not tell a difference whatsoever. So I'm gonna clean my brush again from Mr. Mario just because I like to use one brush. I'm gonna blend it out on this side and then we're gonna switch brushes and blend the other side. But look at that. Such a pretty, very like corally color, and these are exactly the colors that I like to use on my skin tone. I just feel like they suit me very well, which is why I stick to them and I have about a million of them. Then of course, speaking of dupes, the Jessup F01 is pretty much an exact dupe for the Makeup by Mario. These, I have them linked in my Amazon storefront. All of these brushes are so good, you guys, and they have a whole brush collection. They're so pretty. And for the quality, for the price, like you just cannot go wrong. So there you have it. As you can see, both sides look exactly the same. I cannot tell a difference. Let's set the under eyes before I start getting too crepey. So I wanted to try and dupe my One Size translucent powder because this is probably like my absolute favorite powder. I use this pretty much every single time that I do my makeup. And the closest one that I can find was the Morphe Translucent Bake and Set Setting Powder. I honestly couldn't find very many to try and dupe this because she cannot be duped. Also, another great dupe, I don't have it because I have not bought it, but One Size just released little powder puffs that are pretty much the exact same shape as these. So if you guys have been wanting those but don't want to pay, I think they're like $16, $20, something like that, get the Morphe one. I'm going to take my One Size powder and set my skin. Clean off my sponge and then taking my, wait, that is a lot. Oops. So the difference that I can see is that this one is a little bit of a thicker powder, not in a bad way, but it feels almost like it offers a little bit more coverage versus the Morphe side. This one is a lot more, it's finely milled, so that means that it's a lot softer on the skin. It gives more of that like filter-like effect versus the One Size is going to give you coverage, if that makes sense. And then for blush, so I'm going to take on my left side the Joy Powder Blush from Rare Beauty, which is pretty much the exact same thing as this one. These two combined are Chef's Kiss, but I'm going to go ahead and take that blush. So this is a blush highlighter, which is not my favorites, but I do like this one because I feel like it doesn't make my texture stand out too much. So I'm just going to take some and apply it right on top of that liquid blush, and as you can see, it's really pretty. You can't see too much of the highlighting part, which is okay. Then on my left side, so this is a luminous blush. These are the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. This is in the shade Pretty Peach. So they're not exactly the same. This is a little lighter, a little bit more pinkier in tone, versus this is leaning more like coral orange. But on the cheeks, they do look exactly the same. So I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm going to pick up some product. And these are like not new at all. These have been around for quite some time. The only difference that I can tell is that these are not as pigmented as these, so these are going to offer more color, more payoff, versus these have more of a luminous finish and not much color payoff. But for the price and the quality, like, you can't complain. Unfortunately, guys, I do not have a palette, an eyeshadow palette to share with you guys. I wanted to try and find the, what was it? It's the Revolution Beauty Iconic palette. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette. So it's supposed to be a dupe for this one. I couldn't find it. It wasn't available anywhere. And it wouldn't get here in time. So I was so sad. I definitely owe you guys another video on that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off my face off camera. I think we only have lip products to talk about and then a setting spray and we shall be done. So I will be back in just 1 second. For my mascaras, I couldn't think of ones that I wanted to do because I'm really not like a mascara girly. So if you guys know of any really cool newer dupes, then let me know in the comment section. But the only ones that I have to dupe today is the Benefit Roller Lash versus the e.l.f. Lash and Roll, which is just so funny that how similar they are. And honestly, they both work the same. If anything, the Roller Lash is a little bit thicker, but it might be because it's really old and I don't really use it. Versus the e.l.f. it's just a little bit more watery. But other than that, like, even the bristles, even the bristles on the brush are pretty much exactly the same. Let me know which one you like. I kind of prefer the Roller Lash. Again, I like a thicker mascara, but they both look very, very similar. For highlights, we are going to use these. So these are the Revolution Bright Light Glow Drops in Star Dew Gold versus the Be Goldy Bright Drops from Drunk Elephant. I mean, the packaging is very, very similar. Don't mind my nose contour, okay? I'm just letting it bake. But I'm going to go ahead and take this on my left side. Apply these to the top of my cheekbones, just right here. And then on my right side, of course, I'm going to use my Drunk Elephant. They're not going to be as glittery, but that's okay because I don't really want a glitter look today. I want more a glow from within look. Why are you looking at me? The kid's just staring at me while I talk. He probably thinks I'm crazy. You think I'm crazy? Yeah. So there you have it. This side is the Revolution Glow Drops versus the Drunk Elephant Be Goldy Bright Drops. I mean, they're probably not my favorite products, but I do enjoy them underneath makeup or with very light makeup. So there is that. The last thing I'm going to do is set the skin. We are going to put this to the test, okay? You guys know how much I love my One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I have multiple setting sprays because I cannot live without this product. I saw on TikTok that the Revolution Superfix Super Hold Misting Spray Ultra Matte Finish with Aloe and Vitamin E is supposed to be a dupe. I mean, it's giving dupe, honestly. For me, will it keep my makeup in place and will it mattify my skin? That is like the biggest thing to me because obviously as an oily skin girly, like I need to be mattified at all times. So on my left side, we're going to take the setting spray. Oh, that's different. So this is an actual mist and this, it's a spray. So let's try that. Okay, now let's try it on this side. Immediately I can tell you that this side, I feel like it still looks a little bit dewy versus this side looks a lot more mattified. Like, do you guys see right here? And like this area looks a little bit more matte. which is not a big deal. I am going to keep an eye on it and see how it does as far as keeping me matte, because I don't want to be oily. Like, I don't mind the shininess right here. This I like because it just makes me look like I have a little dewy, glowy skin going on, when in actuality I don't want it. But we're going to fake it till we make it, okay? The last thing I am applying are lip products. So I have here the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plums. This is my favorite lip products. I carry this constantly in my bag with me. But the So Juicy by ColourPop, literally the exact same thing. I have the shade here, beigey, peachy beige, and then dough, which is pretty much the exact same thing. So that is what this one looks like. I'm gonna apply it to the right side. As you can see, it's super glossy and juicy. And then on this side we have the ColourPop. It feels so weird doing it like this. For some reason it feels wrong. There are the lips, super simple. They're both very juicy, very glossy. If anything, the Tarte one has a little bit more color, so the ColourPops are going to be a little bit more sheer, but they're perfect for every day. Like, ugh, I love these so much. And I don't know, I really like how my lips look, how they feel, and how hydrated they end up feeling at the end of the day. So let me fix my hair and then we can do a final roundup on how my face looks. I fixed my hair a little bit for you guys just because I was looking a little wild, but that is it, you guys. This is the end of today's full face drugstore versus high-end makeup. So again, right side is full face of high-end, and then on the left side we have a drugstore. What do you guys think? Like, if you saw me in the streets, would you be like, she has one side that is off or whatever? Because I cannot tell a difference. Like, my skin, my makeup, everything looks exactly the same, and I am shook. So this just goes to show you that you do not need to spend hundreds of dollars on, or high-end makeup, I was gonna say drugstore, on high-end makeup. You're really more paying for the name and sometimes yes, the quality, but in my opinion you can just equally get the same look for half the price. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak anymore. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I love you guys. Stay safe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.